Welcome to episode 9 of Chats in the Garden. Today we're talking about taking action versus getting caught in the self-help trap.
Wait, pesticides?
All right, let's define what the self-help trap is. What do you mean by that?
So, the self-help industry or the self-development industry is the industry that is designed to improve people or make them better in some way in the area of personal development. Now,
No, wait. Give me an example of what.
for example, fitness, that's a self-development area. Mindset, like masterminds, mindset programming or stuff like that. That's like a self-development niche. What else is there?
The hitting on girls one.
I mean, I honestly, no, that's actually a big one. Pickup, like day gaming, pickup artists. That's a huge community for guys. I don't know. I always think of like Tony Robbins.
He has self-help courses.
Yes, he does. He does retreats and courses, and he has a ton of books and stuff like that. So,
Good for him. So the self-help trap. What's the problem with it?
So, I think when people get into like entrepreneurship and stuff like that, or they want to improve some area of their life, I think there's so many like books and courses and seminars and retreats and conferences out there, and like there's so much available, and like people, just the thought of like reading that book or watching or going to that seminar or going to that retreat like excites them so much, and they're like, yeah, this is gonna be awesome. I'm gonna be surrounded by people that are thinking just like me, and they want to better themselves.
I'm gonna become something.
Yeah, I'm gonna be big after this like seminar.
I need to go to this one seminar.
Yeah, and I think what happens is it becomes like this sort of like people get like a dopamine rush from it almost. Like it's like a high that people get when they're like, oh, this course on how to make money, it's gonna change the game, and they're like, I'm doing it, I'm gonna get this course, I'm buying it, and they get their credit card out, and they have this like dopamine rush, they're like, I'm committing, and they like buy the course. And I mean, the course could be good and it could be helpful, but after that kind of high like subsides, then they're like, all right, where's the next course? What's the next course I can buy? Instead of actually taking action and implementing what they learned from that course, they kind of just find themselves in this like cycle of just continuously buying things and that's the trap basically. They just keep like, they just want that high of like, I'm bettering myself, and like they don't actually implement or take action, implement what they've learned from those things. That's a self-help trap.
Yeah.
You become obsessed with like this idea of being like a better person and stuff like that, but like you're not actually implementing it into your life, and that's where the problem is. So it's not really like the courses or the books or stuff like that. It's really like if you're not actually taking action and implementing what you're learning, then that's when the trap really like starts settling in. And yeah.
So you gotta take action. You can't just depend on these courses. And
Yeah, it's like a high basically that you have to be careful of, because you could spend your whole life just taking courses.
have you ever bought one of those self-help courses?
I never bought a course, but I do. For me, it's books. Like I get caught up in reading the books all the time, and like especially like on Audible and stuff, and like I'll like read like a like a book by like for example like Tony Robbins has one. It's called like Money Master the Game, and it gives you like all these really good like investing tips and stuff that like you can implement to like get like an 8 to 10% rate of return like per year on your investments or whatever, like index funds and stuff like that. And then like I remember like while I was reading that book, I was like, this is awesome. I know so much about money now that probably like the average person doesn't know about. Like I feel like so good about myself. Like I'm like an investor now. But then I never really invested in anything. And I never took action and implemented anything. And I was like, all right, on to the next book now.
Dang. So it's the real way to actually make use of those courses to take them and take the knowledge, but actually implement it, actually use it, and that'd be like the full, way of utilizing that course.
Exactly.
Versus just doing the class and never using, Dude, low-key, I think the biggest self-help trap is, or scam, school, man. I think that same exact kind of high a lot of people get from, or at least I see, they're like, I'm going to go to school, and they're like, I'm students, and you see people be students for like half a decade or even sometimes up to a decade, like 6 years in school, and then they're like, I'm going to become this, and as soon as I'm done with school, everything's just going to align properly, and just like, you know what I mean? Like, they get stuck in that mentality, like, I'm in school right now, so I'm just working these part-time jobs. I'm not going to be working on... Okay, let's say, for example, they are journalists. Someone wants to be a journalist.
Yeah.
And they're in school for being, journalism.
Yeah.
Let's say they're like, oh, I'm going to just work all these part-time jobs, being a barista or whatever, instead of actually working on their craft while I go to school. And once I'm done with school, everything's just going to align properly.
Yeah.
And they kind of get stuck in that self-help trap, like from school. Like they just expect the self-help thing, which is school in this scenario. They expect that it's just gonna, once they're done with it, everything's just gonna line up. But instead of working on their craft and actually taking action during all those years of school,
you actually bring up, that's a good point.
Yeah, I just thought about that right now.
Because
that might be the biggest one.
That's actually one of the major points is when people take these read these books, like everyone when they buy these courses or read these books, not everyone but like a majority of people, they're hoping that book or that course is gonna be like the magic key to like unlocking like the life that they want. And a lot of these people are like trying to run away from failure. They're trying to like get the shortcut around failure or get the shortcut around like the struggle. They're like looking for the simple hack or whatever it is. So that's why they're willing to like drop the money for it. But
they never realize that all the work it actually takes and the actual action and the steps and the failures.
Yeah.
They're just like, I'm a student and this is gonna pay off one day just by me taking this course.
I mean, I would argue that actually taking action and failing like 100 times is way more of a self-development tool than like reading a book. Dude, failing, just taking action again and again, and just like failing, but then learning from the failures and like moving on.
Dude, that's the key to success.
That's true self-development, man. And people just don't want to face the pain and the struggle of being, all the stuff that you got to go through. But like the person that's willing to take action and fail and keep moving forward, that's the true master right there, dude. That's a true self-development course. That's priceless.
That's true, man.
Yeah.
I agree with that. So yeah, you just have to be careful, I guess.
Yeah. There's like a guy, his name's Dan Pena, and he's like, dude, his net worth is like, I don't know, it's like $50 billion or something. He's a super rich guy. I don't even know what he does, but I know he does he's like a motivator. I don't know, he does like courses and stuff. But like he takes it to the extreme and he's like, don't read books, just take action. He's like, I don't read books, I just go for it. I just think about what I want in my life and I just go for it, and like I fail and then I'm worth $50 billion now. He's like, dude, he says like funny stuff, dude. He's like, reading books is for hussies, but that's not true, dude. It's like
you gotta find the middle ground.
Yeah. Tools are a valuable tools. Books are a valuable tool for, like, you gotta think about what you want and then be like, okay, what book can help me get there, and then how can I implement what I learned from that book towards getting what I want.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a self-development trap, and that's why I think you should just take action.
Thank you guys for tuning in on this week's episode of Chats in the Garden. If you like this, hit that subscribe button for more videos in the future. Ciao.